With that down, Ashley, what's our first email today?
All right, guys. The first one is from Patreon supporter Luca A. Hope you, Ashley, and Robert are doing well. I was wondering what you thought about what Bob Iger said during an earnings call. He confirmed that future Deadpool films would remain R-rated under Disney. Does this help the case of more Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool? What do you think?
Yay! Yay! Okay, so a couple of things here. First of all, there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. Number one, Bob Iger said some time ago that he believed there was room in Disney for R-rated stuff. Quite frankly, I just thought that was kind of lip service, really, quite frankly. Because when you look at Disney, the MCU, you can't bring in R-rated material. They're not going to do it. So I was happy that he said that before, but I didn't really believe him. I didn't really believe him. And then he says on this earnings call, oh, no, we're going to make R-rated Deadpool stuff. But he said something that's a part of that statement that everybody's talking about. We're going to get more R-rated Deadpool. But nobody is talking about the part of that statement that I found the most exciting. Let's go to the Variety report on this. Okay, so this is what they wrote, okay? Disney chairman and CEO Bob Iger said that Disney will continue to make R-rated Deadpool movies and other adult-oriented Marvel adventures after it absorbs much of Fox. We will continue in that business, promised Iger, adding there's certainly popularity with those types of films. It follows up with, there we go, Iger hinted that these films won't be released under the traditional Marvel or Disney banners. The company will make an effort to ensure it is carefully branding R-rated films so we're not in any way confusing the consumer, Iger says, which is a little bit of a reflection of what he said before about we just got to make sure. Rob, there's a couple great things here. Number one, we're going to get more R-rated Deadpool, and I don't see anything in that statement. Nothing guarantees Ryan Reynolds is going to continue as Deadpool. Nothing guarantees it, but I don't see anything in that statement that would lead me to suspect they wouldn't just keep going on with the Deadpool that they have with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. It's a formula that works. Audiences love it. It makes money, all that kind of stuff. But Rob, I'm going to tell you the part of this thing that excites me the most, man. I've been saying since day one that they announced that Disney may be taking over Fox. I said I don't like the idea, not because I don't love Disney and Marvel and what they're doing. I do. But I like the fact that Fox is making different kind of movies. And they're making movies that we will never get out of Disney and all this kind of stuff. And I said, if you're going to bring the X-Men over, I already kind of feel like the MCU is overcrowded. If you're going to bring over the X-Men and Deadpool and stuff like that, honestly, I would really rather prefer that they had a separate cinematic universe of their own. Now, when Bob Iger tells everybody, we're going to make more R-rated Deadpool films, right? We're going to do this. He goes back again to talking about the fact that we are not going to do these in a traditional way. Jonathan, can we bring up let's bring up that second part of that graphic again. I got to read this again. Iger hinted that these films will not be released under Marvel or Disney banners because they do not want to confuse the audience. Rob, I might be being over-optimistic here. I might be reading too much into it, and I very well may be because Iger wasn't completely clear. But when I see those words, what that suggests to me is like, wait a minute, Deadpool, but it's not going to be under the Marvel banner, and it's not going to be under the Disney traditional banner. It's not going to be in the MCU. They might be creating an R-rated friendly separate cinematic universe that maybe the X-Men can live in as well, that maybe you can still have a new cinematic universe with different worlds so you can tell totally different stories. I will tell you what, there are some people in this world that are going to be upset at the idea of Deadpool not being in the MCU. Fine, if you want to neuter Deadpool. I, for one, am very excited and welcome our new alien overlords. I want to see Deadpool and maybe even X-Men stuff being produced by Disney people, but under a different cinematic universe. I don't know. Rob, let me ask you. Number one, good idea for them to continue making R-rated Deadpool films. Number two, should he be incorporated in the MCU? Or do you think, as I'm kind of maybe overly optimistically, naively thinking, they might create a separate cinematic universe for this stuff?
Well, first of all, somebody asked me what it's like to sit next to you when you go off on rants. And I just want people to know that it's electrifying when I get to sit next to you, and I just feel my whole innards get all excited. But no, I think that's look. They've got something. They've got 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
You know, they're buying that. The real question is they've brought over people. I know they brought over executives from Fox Searchlight, which releases a lot of Oscar bait movies. If they keep, and they should, because 20th Century Fox has the greatest logo that's ever been in the history of cinema for a studio.
They really do.
And they've got the great fanfare. They could easily keep, and so many of Fox's movies that they've bought, the Alien movies, the Die Hard movies, the Predator movies, are R-rated franchises. So I think they could keep the 20th Century Fox banner on a Deadpool film. And that doesn't, they can also bring back people from 20th Century Fox's iteration of the X-Men and use them in Deadpool.
If they wanted to.
If they wanted to. I do think, however, that we will see some iteration of the X-Men and some iteration of the Fantastic Four in the MCU, especially the Fantastic Four. Because I promise people, you're going to see the Thing and the Hulk go at it. Because that's such a thing from the comics. But I think it's, like you said, it's very exciting. I mean, clearly, they're not going to throw away a franchise that guarantees them $750 million worldwide, if not more.
Right.
And they're just not going to do that. I mean, unless it's Guardians of the Galaxy. But you know, I think that we will see Ryan Reynolds. This to me, like you said, it guarantees we're going to see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool again.
Which is great. By the way, if
and
you guys,
maybe X-Force.
If you guys haven't seen the new video Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman put up on their social media today, it's some of the funniest stuff I've seen these guys put up on social media in a while. It's really good. So you think X-Men will be joined into the MCU? What about Deadpool? Like, when you look at Iger's work, do you think Deadpool will be totally separate from their cinematic universe and just done as his own standalone films? Or do you think something else?
I think there's going to be a Deadpool universe, and how funny will that be?
Oh, I think it would be amazing.
I mean, now they can have all the in-jokes they want. I mean, and it's because we now know, we understand what multiple universes are. We get it. So everyone's going to know. I mean, Deadpool will just come out swinging and flat out say, yeah, so I just decided that Disney should give me my own universe. And here I am, master of my own universe. I mean, already I'm laughing. You know, I'm already ready for the jokes. And people will get it. They will totally understand. And he's like, here's what they can't do in the MCU. And then there'll probably be a montage of death, destruction, and sex. So here we are.
You're never going to see Captain America do this, kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine how much fun it's going to be. And they've got 20th Century Fox now. They own it as a brand. I hope they keep it going.
Now, it does solve the problem that is present. Like, you cannot bring Deadpool as he exists into the MCU.
No.
You just can't do it. And you're not going to satisfy the fans of the character if you then neuter Deadpool. Now, I've always said, before the first Deadpool came out, I said, I believe you can do Deadpool PG-13.
We talked about that too, yeah.
But that was before they did him as R. Now that he's been done as R, I don't believe you can put that back in the box. Pandora's box has been opened now. Fans are not going to be satisfied with the neutered Deadpool now. So what do you do with it? You put him in a separate universe, and I guarantee you, if Ryan Reynolds stays on it, and he's got his two screenwriters that work with him on everything he does now, and I'm forgetting their names and I feel terrible because I had them in my studio once, I guarantee you they will be savage against Disney. They will, I tell you, they will, and Disney will love it. Disney will absolutely love it, but I guarantee you they will go savage with Disney jokes in these, and I think that'll be great. So, I don't know. Who knows? Look, I could be very too overly optimistic and naive, and maybe this is all going to be, but when Iger says this isn't going to be under the Marvel banner, that tells me it's not going to be in the MCU.
Well, also, I mean, it's not like it's unprecedented in the comics themselves. Marvel had the Ultimates universe.
Yes.
That introduced the black Nick Fury as opposed to the white David Hasselhoff Nick Fury. You know, and that was a grittier universe.
I had finally put in the David Hasselhoff Nick Fury out of my mind. Thank you for planting it back in. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, but that's what they did. They wanted to address more mature subject matter, so they created the Ultimates universe. I mean, they could call it that. But I just think that the X-Men are going to be in the MCU because it's too tasty for Kevin Feige.
So you think I'm going, like, I might be overly optimistic thinking Deadpool will have his own cinematic universe. You think I'm really being overly optimistic thinking they'll just keep the X-Men in a separate universe?
Yes, I think
you're probably right.
Deadpool, but you never know. I mean, I think those characters are just too irresistible. They're too irresistible, and to work them into the MCU is going to be, that's how the MCU keeps reinventing itself into its second decade. You know, it's like, what are you going to do? The same stuff? Nope. We're going to bring in the Fantastic Four. We're going to bring and all the ancillary characters. Look, man, I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of Endgame, the last post-credit tag is Galactus.
No. No, they planned and written this movie. Kevin Feige
I'm telling you.
is not this moron who's going to go, oh, let's change what I'm doing because something just
I don't
happened.
think he's
not
changing
gonna
it
do.
after
They're not going to
Endgame.
tease Galactus.
Are
at the end
you
of this
kidding?
movie.
His giant Kirby-esque spaceship and Galactus inside, and the last line at the end tag, he just says, "I hunger." Come on.
Feige has already said.
I wet my pants.
Feige has already said 1,000,000 times. He hasn't even started thinking about how he's going to connect all these things in. And all
Yeah,
that
because
kind
they
of
never tell you. They never. Come on.
Feige's always shot straight.
I'm telling you, everybody in the world would love it.
No, they would not. I would
scream
not.
bloody murder.
I think
I would
Galactus
need
would be-
my Depends finally.
All right, let's move on to our